So I stated previously, this marker is usually invisible, usually one call away. If you take one more call, you'd actually see the marker, but that's not necessary at all. You can enter the marker invisible. Then you are just skipping cutscenes. You can actually start holding W at any point and move your mouse slightly to the right once you see the pantoptic, whatever that text was in the bottom right. You move your mouse slightly to the right to get aiming towards the boat. You're actually controlling CJ before the game actually loads the screen in. It doesn't render anything yet, it's still black. Drive to this boat. This strat is ancient, don't use it. It's where you just get off there and hope the boat coasts with you on it. The boat has a tendency to fling you though because this is a scripted storm weather. Not good. This is the better strategy I learned from watching the world record. Just handbrake and get out of the boat as you enter the area, as you cross the threshold. From there, we're just going to slide headshot these three guys with the AK. Take out the submachine gun so you can sprint. Sprint up here. There's a guy here most of the time. Sometimes he's stuck behind those boxes on the left. At this point, you're going to get in your Hydra, turn it to the left, and then go into VTOL, or actually plane mode. It's already in VTOL mode. And fly under this bridge. This tends to be the best luck I have by flying to the left of the support beams. By doing that, usually one or more of the Hydras will crash into the bridge, which helps out a lot. I'm going to be showing you two strats for this. This is the risky Bisky strat, and it's also inefficient the way I do it. You actually want to go VTOL right around here so you can land quicker, but I try to use the mountain as cover so that this last jet can't kill me. I only do this strat if there is one jet, maybe two if I'm feeling really spicy. So you land, you take out these 4 spy ships. Supposedly you can do it with 4 bullets each from the minigun. You can use all your minigun ammo there, it doesn't matter. That is about the time you want to run out if you're going to run out. This is the last time we need the minigun before we get infinite ammo. So then we just take out the last Hydra. Usually it will fly into a mountain if that happens, where you just have the one ship left. And now we're just going to land. Hopefully you can land before the dialogue finishes. Now, if you get your wheel, the left wheel, on this black line here, you can actually skip one of the transitions here. So there's 2 parts here. You're supposed to land on the airstrip and then park in the hangar. By getting your wheel just in the right spot, which I failed to do just by a little bit, it'll collect both of those markers at once. So if it was slightly more to the left, I would have got it. This is the other strat. It's a lot safer. Ignore the health. The health is not important at this point. Basically, we slow down, lean up, and let these planes fly ahead of us. And we're holding space to lock on. And pressing F to fire. Although I don't think it's F for most people. F is usually enter and exit vehicles. This is just my controls. You are probably going to need to customize the controls for the Hydra flying. I imagine the default controls, I can't remember at all what they are. I imagine they're dreadful. I have a bunch of buttons on my mouse, and that helps me out a lot. But basically, yeah, we just slow down, lean back, let them fly ahead of us, take as many out as we can, and then fly back to course. Some tips about flying the Hydra as we load back into the proper footage. When you are trying to land, the best course of action I've found is to start slowing down while still in plane mode, and then pretty much simultaneously, you're going to go back into VTOL mode while pulling out the landing gear. You will lose momentum so quickly by doing this if you don't already. So you can see here, I start pressing S, and then I go into VTOL mode, pull the landing gear out. I lose all my momentum almost instantly, and I can set the bird down easily. So we're landing here at Toreno's. There's no marker here. There might be if you mess up the hijack dupe. There might be a marker here. We shoot just to get the save file open, and we are collecting as much minigun ammo as possible before the phone rings again. So your movement has to be somewhat precise here. This window is a little tight. See, after that 3rd save there, the phone will start ringing again. You can pick up one more minigun ammo, hold the phone call, and then get in the Hydra. If you have very low accuracy with your minigun, you could shoot again, grab another 3 sets of minigun ammo. Not recommended though, it's eating up time. Then we fly due east. So some of these, because again they don't have markers on the map that make it very easy to tell where you're going, you're going to navigate by landmarks, and to practice this you can just use the cheat code jump jet to spawn in a Hydra, and then place a marker on the map where you know you need to go, which in this case is bike school. There's especially not markers because we are on mission 1 because we're holding a phone call. You actually want to let go of the phone call before you land, because now you can see I'm waiting. I'm wasting time for the 15 seconds. This is a 15-second call, as all of the calls will be for the rest of the game. So we are setting up a dupe for homecoming. We're using bike school to do it. We used to use trucking. The problem with trucking is it has a huge despawn radius, so you have to park the Hydra far away and then run to trucking and then run back to your Hydra. This is way better. So then we are flying pretty much due south. Helps to have your render distance up, I feel like, for this. You're aiming for that bridge there that kind of crosses the gap between those two mountains. And I like it, it's the left mountain you're going for, the left hill. And there's a big tree that spawns, so you want to go to the right like this. See that big tree on the left there? And we're just trying to land right here in this driveway. You can actually land a little closer to where this mission marker actually is. It's in the same spot as the vertical bird marker. But for our cases, we land there because the plane can't really roll much there. Now, as the game is fading to black, we let go of tab to take a hands-free call. Cancel the call right there once I'm up on this ledge. I'm just being careful not to fall off the ledge. And then we start the mission a second time. We have to do this because we need a vehicle to pick Sweet up in, and it has to have a passenger spot, so it can't be the Hydra. So on the way here, we're going to play a replay. I actually play 2 usually. I start slowing down here. And the key is to jump out while you're still up in the air. You don't want to be scraping the ground when you jump out. And yeah, I'm getting pretty bad luck here with the spawns. I'm also not flicking my camera enough. Kind of do a little shimmy there. And I am very much trying to greed out a good spawn. I can't get anything. But we'll take the cabbie, I guess. You want to hit this marker facing the north.
You gotta understand.
It is very, very, very important that you do not despawn vehicles here. Don't flick the camera down and up. You have a very high chance of crashing the game here. Just drive around the cars. Once you get around here, you can start despawning again. But over there by those escalators, they're the escalators of death. They will crash your game if you despawn near them. So this mission is homecoming, and we've duped it, as we've already seen. Started the mission twice. So, the 2 things you're doing is winning a gang war, and at the same time you are going to be trying to kill all the drug dealers. Kill all the drug dealers first, because you will, by doing that, skip a cutscene. So we kill one drug dealer, and we try to start the gang war. Unfortunately, there were no ballas, so I walk a little ways into that alley, shake the camera a little bit, and sure enough, we got some ballas to spawn. So now we are going to shoot all the ballas. The drug dealers. We're going to stay here on this side of that bridge there. You can see that bridge above us, and that's going to make these spawns very consistent. Right there in the center of the street. Survive the first wave, even though there's one balla left. They put an extra one. You get too far away from Sweet, the markers go away, so you kind of need to memorize where the guys are. And here we face the west until the guys spawn, so that they spawn back behind us. And now we're going to run back to the grove. And you can actually be facing, as you can see here, you can actually be facing the direction that these guys spawn in. They can't spawn behind you if you're here in the grove or in that crosswalk there. And as you can see, that skips a cutscene. This is an alternate strategy that, again, I learned from the world record. Got lucky spawns there. That's not really a strategy. But here's the strategy. take out your sniper rifle, shoot this guy, and then this guy. Now, as you can see, there's a red arrow on the top right of that circle. There's no reason for me to miss there. I thought I was shooting blind into the grass, but no. So again, we're trying to get the same spawns. So we run to the west while facing west. They spawn behind me. I just want to kill the last drug dealer. It says now take back the hood. That means you've killed all the drug dealers. And now we kill all the ballas. And now I've never tried this before in my life, but this is the satchel strat. I think I've just heard the word satchel strat before. Basically, you just guess where they are, where they're going to spawn. You can do it with a reference point. I didn't do that here. I'm just a god gamer. That's what it takes. And yeah, you can instantly kill them. Here, when you start beatdown on B Dup, you're going to dupe the mission without even doing anything because you duped Homecoming. Kill the suite that is further away from you. It's closer to Ryder's house. Otherwise, the game will give him priority. He will get on your motorcycle instead of the correct suite. That's why we kill him. He takes a lot of minigun ammo. Drive over to B Dup's house.
Oh man, Glen Park, heart of Kilo Trades country. Fuck it, I'm down. And that fool had it coming too long. We'll take the whole neighborhood apart. Yeah, let's roll.
We picked this NRG up right after Just Business, if you recall, and we stored it after Gray Imports. Now this is an antiquated route that I'm using here. I will show you the correct route here. And there's really no reason for me to show you this route at all, to be honest. Skip ahead.
Hit those ballers hard. Johnson boys
Skip ahead. But basically, you start a gang war, and when you're driving to a specific spot over here. This is not it. Not quite, anyway. And we kind of drive into the camera so that the ballas will spawn in front of us. And where we want to park the bike is right about here. And then this is going to look a lot like Doberman, the way we spawn the guys. By facing that direction, they're all going to spawn down there on that side of the road. It's really nice.
You got a problem?
A car can shoot you there, but it's not really a big deal. You're going to lose a tiny bit of health. You don't really need much health at this point. Alright, we've killed the hood. That is such a bad way to do this. Again, just go to twitch.tv/reset-speedrunning. Go to videos featured. We're going to start a minigun slide here, by the way. And we're going to take these guys out. We're going to keep sliding. We blow up the cars first and then kill all the ballas. Now, when you hit this marker, you need to wait until the cutscene dupes like that before you skip. Otherwise, you will fail the second instance of the mission, and you'll have to do grow for life. So this is a much better rendition of that same mission we just played. First of all, this route I see Reset doing differently. It's much cleaner, much easier to get here. Now this route's going to be the exact same, so I'll speed it up. But now, starting your gang war, provoking the gang war. You don't drive straight there. You want to turn left and then turn into this little alley, turn around so you can drive your bike straight out. And from inside of here, look for 3 ballas or 3 balla cars. The Tahomas always have at least 1 balla in them, so I just throw 3 of those up. Provoke a gang war. And again, we're going to drive to the north here. No reason to turn like I did in the previous one. Just stay on this road to get to the other side of the bridge. And again, we're driving into the camera to try to manipulate the spawns so that the ballas spawn in front of us. Here, I should turn the camera back towards the west, but I don't do it. I do it just in time. Ooh, just in time. Nice. So they are already spawning here. And the rest of the mission is going to play exactly the same, but as you can see, I've survived the second wave, and I'm in position much faster than the other routes. Anyway, after finishing this mission, you're going to get on your NRG, and you're going to take this route over to Cutthroat Business. Now that was actually the last actual dupe, so to speak. Los Desperados is not exactly a dupe. You actually play the entire mission twice, which to me makes it not really a dupe. But you're manipulating on-mission variable. Here, lean back as you get airborne so that you don't tumble. You'll be higher off the ground when you dismount. so you don't tumble. Shoot to cancel the call. Marker in the same spot as the other missions. Driving this car is awful. It's just so bad. Especially because the route you need to take here has a lot of big drops. And yeah, this thing spins out if it doesn't land correctly. I recommend, if you're practicing driving through this mission for the first time, that you maybe enable Ghost Town cheat. Try to drive without cars to just kind of get the handling down. I'm happy about only crashing once, to be honest.
Anybody can get a record deal. Only the genuine article can shake down the house. CJ, my man, you're a natural manager.
So after you get up this hill, you're going to drive under this bridge, this very high bridge, and then you have to make a jump across the water. This is the old, I think much easier, more consistent route, but the other one's not much harder either. We stay to the left of the tree and then aim based on the mini-map. But here we'll show you the other route as well, the more quick route. So instead of going to the left of that big tree, we're actually going to go immediately pretty much straight, and we're going to stay to the right of the tree. Again, aiming on the mini-map can be very helpful here.
He being interviewed, huh? Okay.
And there you go. So immediately you're going to get out of the vortex because that vehicle is garbage, it's slow, and they leave you a perfectly good news van here. So get out of the vortex, get in the news van. We're going to drive off-road here, under the bridges. This is something that takes a little bit of practice to handle this off-roading, but it's nothing too difficult at all. You can't get too far away from Loke, but once you've made it this far, you're golden. So now here we're going to drive onto the beach. Common sense would say stay to the left. It's a more direct route, but that would put you too far away. So instead we will drive here on the right under that little boardwalk there. And now we can drive back up to the left. If you're someone that enjoys the radio in this game, as many people do, to use the radio for the next section, you need to jump out of the van right at the last second like that. And as you can see here, the radio works. It normally doesn't. Mine's off, but you can see I'm able to switch stations. Doesn't save you any time though. Just makes the radio work. Following Loke in this go-kart, again, another thing I might use Ghost Town for to practice. The handling on this go-kart is a little bit, how do we say, it's just very stiff and rigid. It's oversteery. I guess it's the opposite. It's loose and rigid, really. Now we drive ahead of Loke here. It doesn't matter at all if you're doing this. I mean, it's faster to get to the end, but as long as you're not getting too far away. If you're very close to him, he's going to stay at top speed because of rubber banding effects. I believe there's rubber banding in this. You do not want Loke to run into you, though. As you'll see here, I narrowly avoid it, but Loke, for some reason, they coded him to weigh 10 million pounds or something, and so if he touches you, you're spinning out, man. You're not having a good time. And you'll see that if Loke ever runs into a car, he flips that thing over like it's nothing. So we pretty much drive the exact same route that Loke does. The only difference is at the very end here. We take this left turn. You can see the Cluckenbell on the map. That is my indicator here that we're no longer following Loke. You see the Cluckenbell. The donut shop is on the left. We just drive straight here when he takes that left, and we take the next left. This is a bit quicker. It allows us to get out of the go-kart and wait for him here. And while we're doing that, we will throw the satchel. And the reason we do that is to skip the phone call as quickly as possible without having to slow down at all. Now this is horrendous. But anyway, in this instance I have 2 stars. I also have a vehicle that has a submission to manipulate the phone call timer. So the satchel is not very effective here. It doesn't really do anything. in this instance. But we'll still blow it up just to show you what it looks like. By the way, driving towards Riot. Very similar route that you took for Mad Dog's Rhymes. Way back in Los Santos. Here you would just blow up the satchel like that. It would cancel the phone call, and you see I didn't have to break the sprint at all. And we start Riot. And here's what that actually looks like if the phone was ringing. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but just to be very, 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 very clear. So we try to jump over this ledge, by the way, without ledge grabbing. So you see we canceled the phone call by blowing up the satchel, didn't have to stop sprinting. So Riot, there is a couple of different strats. Just learn to do this one. It's not hard in the slightest, in my opinion. Just drive straight down here, off this jump. As long as you're not holding the gas or brake, you have very good control of the greenwood in midair, and can land either on all four wheels or on your back wheels so that your front wheels slam down. And if you do flip over, again, just remember, don't hold the gas or brake, don't hold W or S, just hold A, D, spacebar, Q and E to Q and E might help you. Lean forward, lean back, etc. Those are the buttons that you're going to be using. So this is the drive back to the Grove. It looks a lot like Los Sepulcros, but in reverse.
Shit, look at this place. Even old ladies robbing shit. I guess it's better than staying home and watching the shopping channel. Yeah, go out there and
I cut a little air there by hitting the median. I was trying to do GTA 5 strats there. It didn't work. If you are new and this dupe is intimidating, I called it a dupe even though I said it wasn't. I would recommend parking your greenwood in the garage right here and saving before you start this. Otherwise, just drive straight. Notice what time you finished the mission at and went back to on mission 0. We are manipulating the phone call timer, so I believe it was 52. So we'll be looking at about 07. The phone should be ready to ring. Probably should just get out early. So now the timer went off at, it's either a low 11 or a high 10. So 24 or 25. And we're going to pause buffer into this marker and try to hold the phone call as we fade into the marker. Okay, so it was 26. So you let go of escape and hold down tab. If you're in the pause menu at that time, you'll just hit escape again and hold tab very quickly, much like fish in a barrel. You're still holding tab this entire time. Now theoretically, I believe you could actually not hold the call. You could just get out of the vehicle and wait the 30 seconds so that the phone call timer had enough time to go off again. But that is super inefficient when you can just do this. So now we start Los Desperados. And as you can see, we are on mission 1 because we were holding a phone call. I went for a little bit of a dumb play here. Get Grove Street members as quickly as possible, because this can happen to you. Normally, you have 2 or 3 groups of Grove Street members right here, but for some reason they didn't spawn. Because it's luck based. That's the reason. Relying on luck there, it's not even more efficient to do this. Even if I got Grove Street members, it'd be better to not stop my momentum to pick them up here, rather just get them back at the Grove. Now, recruiting homies, I've had trouble doing while the phone is ringing. So what I'll do is immediately try to cancel the phone call. Yeah, park right there in the way of the pole.
Let me see. Don't be a bitch. Grove Street needs you. Gonna take it to some baller cats.
You need to get at least 2. You can get 12. It doesn't matter. Why is that train stopped, by the way?
Yeah, we better watch ourselves, man. We don't want to get caught on the baller strip while this shit's going down.
So unfortunately, these guys, there are two different routes. Because we're playing the entirety of Los Desperados twice, I'll show you both routes. This is the first route. It's very standard, safe, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. You're driving around the train tracks so that if one of your Grove Street homies gets distracted and jumps out, they can't really go far. They're in a kind of a container. And what you do if that happens is you disband the gang and then recruit them again, and that will make it so they're not distracted and running away from you anymore. But if you have good luck like this, no problemo, you just drive right into the marker. Don't kill any of the story characters there. So here, this is all about your efficiency in shooting.
Keep close. Come on, quick, go.
I try to shoot the guys here in the center because they are stacked on top of each other so nicely.
Keep together.
However, probably could be improved. The strategy-wise, obviously the play could be improved, but the strategy could be better if I just stood in a different spot rather than lining up with the center. There was a heart back behind me to the left, or no, it's actually here, back behind me and to the left. Do I pan over to see it? No, I don't, but I'm pretty sure we'll see it next time. Head to the alleyway. At this point, you will hit that marker, try to blow up this vehicle as quickly as possible. Do not let this rocket hit you. It won't hurt you, but it can kill, or it won't hurt you much, but it can kill everybody around you. So here you're waiting. You can just kill these guys with AK headshots because, you know, we didn't take a ton of minigun ammo. We tried to be very stingy with it. Again, don't want to get hit by the rocket because you can kill your homies with the explosions. Well, not the homies is fine. Homies you actually want to kill. Maybe while you're waiting for those guys to become active. Here we run that direction and flick the camera up and down, and that is going to make it so the voodoo spawns. You don't have to be that exaggerated about it. We kill everybody except for one last guy. If you still have homies, kill them as well. We want this guy to live as long as possible. Stick him with a satchel. Make sure it's stuck to him. And by doing this, we make a way to remotely complete this mission. Be careful here not to run over that corpse there. Very important, because that will fail the mission, I believe. I've never done it, but I'm pretty sure it will. He's a story character. He's not dead, he needs to go to a hospital. So now we're driving back to the Grove Street. And what we're going to do here is we're going to get out of the car, hold the phone call, hold tab, blow up the satchel, and walk into Caesar's house immediately after. Then we are going to walk forward a little bit so that the marker to exit the house comes back. Hold call, blow satchel, walk in the house. We walk forward. We let go of tab to regain control. You can sprint during this. Get out your shotgun. Aim, walk into where the marker is going to be. As soon as the text disappears, shoot twice. As soon as the text disappears, you shoot the shotgun twice. And that sets up the very precise timing to start Los Desperados while completing it during the fade. It is a very precise timing, but luckily we have a very good reference for that. And that is those two shotgun blasts. As soon as the text disappears from the bottom of the screen, blam, blam, let go, and it will work. So this is the alternate route for Los Desperados. I believe something really awful happens here. And we'll also display what happens when the homies jump out, what you do.
Hey, while we're here, I have a question to ask you. Yeah, what? Well, it's
First of all, reaction time. Stop quicker than that. So here we try to disband as quickly as possible. As soon as I see their disband, I run to this guy so I can recruit him again. I probably don't need to be that close to him. And now let's go recruit the other one and get to the... Oh, Caesar killed him. Nice. I can't believe Caesar just killed him. So we're not going to wait for this guy. We got to go get two new guys. We got to go all the way back to the green area on the map. Caesar actually killed my homie. That's ridiculous. Ball is spawn because we were in the purple area on the map. So now we're in the green. We're going to flip the camera around, you know, do little wiggles. Wiggles for good luck, and that'll give us our Grove Street homies once again. Recruit! But as you can see, we just disbanded the homie that was running away, and then recruited him again, and he stopped being distracted. Again, we're going to try to show you the proper way to do the faster route here for our Los Desperados. It's a bit faster because you're driving on road, you're taking a more direct route. If the homies jump out here or later, you can just drive right to the marker anyway. It's good enough.
Northside boggles, assholes!
Okay, I definitely will take the heart. Took a bunch of damage there. You don't have to go that far out. You can just peek out a little bit and get them all.
Keep together! Hey, come on! Stay close!
So this is the 4th set of guys. It's on the 4th set of guys that the heart is there. Okay. Easy to remember. 4th guy, heart. Valentine's Day, February 14th. So 4th set of guys. Easy to remember. Valentine's Day, heart.
This all you giving me?
Same thing here. We're going to try to blow up this. I believe that's a tornado immediately. Or no, it's a Glendale. I'm an idiot. Kill these guys. I get shot. Not a problem. Yikes. You don't need to move nearly as much as I do to get a good shot on any of these people. And a heart to the left here if you need it. And now, unlike last time, this time you're just going to kill all of the Vagos members. And what this does is it gives you more credit in the chain of missions, much like a dupe, although you're actually playing the mission twice. But this skips gang territories. Having to get gang territories to start end of the line part 1. We actually skip end of the line part 1 and jump right to end of the line part 2 here. So this is immediately end of the line part 2. That's not edited, that just happens every single time. I put my night vision goggles on. It's completely up to you. You can't really see on the stream or the recording what the heck is going on if you don't have the night vision goggles on, for the most part. Here we are just minigun sliding, shooting guys. If you need to, there's armor to the right here, at the top of those stairs. I don't go for it. Got plenty of health and armor, no reason to stop. Kill enough guys here, preferably all of them. I have trouble finding the last guy sometimes. There's one more, I believe. Ah, screw it, just run. You don't need to kill them all, you got tons of health and armor. We're just sliding. I run right through that fire, jump over this one. The fire in the doorways, it's possible to avoid the fire in the doorways completely without extinguishing it. Stop sliding, back up, shoot that guy. Oh my goodness. However, it's very difficult to do. I can't do it consistently. I don't think most people can. Again, we are avoiding the fire here, just doing little zigzag patterns. And then we're going to run through this fire and then immediately start our slide again. It disrupts the slide. We get our armor, start the slide again. And now it's haul ass to the end of the game. Or to the end of the line part 2 at least. Shoot guys as you slide through here as needed. I have tons of health, tons of armor, but we're going to do it anyway. Guy spawns in from the right there. Now here, this doorway, you can get stuck and soft locked. Supposedly, entering the left side of the door like that will prevent this. I don't know that I believe. I can't prove it wrong. But, so enter the left side of that doorway to avoid a soft lock. We'll just say that. But I don't understand how the way you hit that yellow marker is going to affect where you spawn when you exit. Here, as this cutscene is playing, smash tab, smash your phone call, take phone call button and skip phone call button. Just tap them both. In case something slips through there, there's a little bit of a glitch where you can get an extended black screen there. Usually it'll come back anyway, even if it's extended. Here we are driving this Feltzer, and we're just following Tenpenny. The game's pretty much over at this point. There's one last thing to do, and that's catch Sweet. You can't just catch him anywhere, you have to catch him towards the end of this area. Towards the end of this area. Towards the end of this chase. At the end of this chase, there's actually a designated area where you're allowed to catch Sweet, and the game will tell you. I think I'm honking Paramore.
I ain't losing this fool. Oh shit.
But I want it now. I think that was Paramore. I don't remember most of this, but yeah, pretty wild stuff. Following Tenpenny, very, very easy. Resident Sleeper type stuff. The fire that the guys throw at you doesn't damage your car. Your car is, I believe, indestructible at this point, other than if you manage to flip it upside down. Don't do that. You don't have to be right on Tenpenny's bumper like this. You don't have to be that close at all. But knowing which way he's going to turn is going to help you determine where you want to be, things like that. So, playing the mission a few times, obviously. Just like any other mission in the game, playing it a few times definitely helps. So the fire does not hurt you. You want to dodge the physical obstacles, such as the cars that are getting pushed around and stuff like that. Now this is where it gets really spooky. There's this train here. Holy crap, that was close.
Oh man, that was a close call. I ain't letting this bastard go.
Just don't drive directly at the train head on. So here, you're turning around and you're getting ready to catch Sweet. Pretty shortly after he gets off these train tracks and onto the road, a cop will come out of the fire truck, because that's where cops are. They're definitely in fire trucks, not firefighters. He'll get out of the cop truck, the fire truck, and start stamping on Sweet's fingers. And you can see there he is. Wait. No, that wasn't him. There he is. He's climbing on the ladder. He's going to stamp Sweet's fingers. I tend to like to stay on the left here and then merge over to the right at the last second. And you can see all you have to do is get under the truck like this.
Let go, you dumb bastard!
Fuck you, pig. Ah, my fingers.
So if that happens, drive back to the Grove. Go to where the marker should be to start end of the line outside of Sweet's house. And it will immediately put you back at the driving scene. From here, we'll go ahead and speed up the mission since you just watched the entirety, and skip ahead. I'll play it at 10 times speed. Here we go. Hey, we're back. Alright, so now, a little time lost there. No big deal, haha. Oh my gosh, is it gonna happen again? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let go, you dumb bastard!
Oh, I just about got him. Alright. So you can jump out of the car there, doesn't matter. That's it, the game's over. You have a rail shooter, one final rail shooter. And that's it. This is the easy rail shooter.
Motherfucker, take that pig bastard down.
And that's it. I don't know what else to say. Just shoot the cops, shoot the Vagos.
Those fire trucks are indestructible.
You know,
They ain't gonna get it. Watch our six.
a lot of people go AFK for large portions of this rail shooter. It's that easy. GG. So let's talk about practicing. So I have those saves in the description you can use to practice any section of the game, any individual mission. Use cheats to practice. It can help you out to set conditions that are slightly better than RTA. Like I said before, we use Ghost Town to set certain things up. The on-mission changer as well to set up dupes if you feel confident in actually acquiring your on-mission zero call. At this point, all it is you're just trying to actually practice the mission with duped conditions. Just use the on-mission changer to get an on-mission zero call instead of going to set it up using Blood Bowl or trucking or something like that. And feel free to come by my live stream, ask me any questions, ask questions in the comments. Go to the GTA Discord. You can find that on speedrun.com/GTASA. A lot of friendly folks speedrun this game.
spiders after us, oh,
salt of the earth people, absolutely. I remember when I was first starting out playing this game, I had I had 3 viewers or whatever, but for some reason one of them always seemed to be somebody who was in the top 10 speedruns of this game, or top 5 even, and I'd be confused about something and they'd be like, oh, well, you just gotta do this, and they'd be super nice about it, and I feel like that's still the case. Big cliche, big trope, but yeah, the community of speedrunners really makes this a fun experience, speedrunning this game. And I think that's
look out,
just beautiful.
crazy spiders on a rampage. Come on, Tenpenny, he ain't getting away.
As you saw there, whenever I was recording on the left side, the splits were replaced with people I wanted to shout out. Simple Flips is a meme. I don't really know. I don't know Simple Flips. But everybody else on that list, great people in the San Andreas community. Baron's not really in the San Andreas community, but he as I'm making this, he's making Casual versus Speedrunner. Very interesting series. Check that out if you are wanting to watch some more. He explains all these strats as well for the most part. So it's also a good way to view that stuff, to view these strats. As you can see, I got 3/4 health, and we're basically at the end of the rail shooter, so yeah.
It's over, Tenpenny. Oh, I'ma stop you, motherfucker.
Not much else to say. Just waiting for this to end. Oh my gosh. Look at the pace, boys. Look at the pace. I would have, beat the target pace if not for, missing Sweet. How much am I gonna miss this by? The auto splitter will split here for you. I want to miss it by like 10 seconds? Are you serious?
Got the motherfucker.
Alright, GG. Have a great time practicing. Have a great time speedrunning this game. Break it up into sections, of course. Don't be intimidated. Move on to the next section. Don't just keep playing Los Santos over and over again like I did for the first year I played this game. And keep it wholesome out there. Counting on you to keep the good name of this community that doesn't exist. Keep it alive. I'm literally just the rambling man. This is a cutscene. I could end the video now.